I think this actually...
Oh, this lets you replay stuff. I see.
I think record's plot, though, right? I think it's like cutscenes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can replay cutscenes, you can learn about people.
That's pretty unique, though. We have never had that opportunity in a Final Fantasy yet.
Yeah. This is like the first one that has like a sort of codex type system. Also, we can be here.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to 30 or more years of Final Fantasy. This is Claire.
This is Ryan.
And we're Final Fantasy Tacticsing again.
I still think I'm going to officially make the transition to 30 years on the 30th anniversary in December.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't really sure where we were temporally, to be honest with you.
We're in year 29 of the reign of Final Fantasy. So I was just dirtling around in this menu, and there's all kinds of things you can read. And like names, like Dice Dard.
Dice Dard!
That's a name right there. Hello.
I imagine these got weird in translation.
He has no... Oh, I guess no one has knows.
Balbonis.
That's right.
Larg is a great name, honestly.
I didn't notice it last time, but the fact that just everyone has no nose is...
It's kind of a hallmark of the suit style. Also, Elmdor's kind of the Sephiroth style character of this game, I feel like. I had like a huge thing for Elmdor. Marquis Elmdor.
Neat.
Silver Ogre. There's so much cool stuff coming.
Okay. So
we only did the first battle, right?
We did two battles.
Well, we did like the intro battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care about that.
Okay.
Move? Or
well,
chill?
yes. Well,
ooh, okay.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure... Now, I don't actually... There's a lot of thread stuff that has happened, and I don't do a good read of all of that because of mechanic stuff that I have trouble parsing. But, so I don't... This is a preface to say I don't know if this has already been covered, but the bar, I believe, is where you can get a lot of...
Oh, I can just move. Sorry. I thought it would ask me to confirm. I'm just going places.
I think you still have to go through the intervening space anyway. But what I was going to say is that the bar is where you get a lot of incidental plot details and history. But I remember them last time we were doing this being quite obscured in translation. So there might be something we could spend a little time on.
What? How? Why?
Having attained the highest rank of Heavenly Knight, brave Balbonis was facing his last days.
We did get thread confirmation that you cannot make the text go faster, that this is just the way it is.
The end of the 50-year war, the Beowulf residence.
Nice pronunciation, I like it.
Beowulf.
Who is this?
That's Balbonis. You just looked at him. I don't remember his relationship. He's one of the Beowulfs.
Has he got
which is Ramses' family.
He hasn't spoken yet, though? Is this his
no.
Okay. Who's this?
Well, he's going to die shortly, so...
Oh, fair.
He is on his deathbed, so...
Well, yeah, don't use anything too precious.
How goes the battle? He's in a mask, apparently.
Yeah, he still has his armor on. Who is Zalbag?
Oh, I mean, he's got Bag in his name. He looks like an asshole. You can be Zalbag.
Through swift action, we were able to recover Limbury. It's only a matter of time before the Ordalia army leaves Eltenia. Don't worry.
I could do Dice Dark since you're Ramza.
Sure.
The secret messenger sent to Count Lenario has returned. Count Lenario has agreed to your plan. Good. Then at last this long war will finally come to an end.
Who is that?
I believe that's Ramza's sister. So if you don't mind, I'll take Alma too, since
Please.
she's more incidental. Father. Don't cry, my daughter. So this is their father.
Where is Ramza? Just when we need him most.
Geistar, Zalbag, my beloved sons. It's a fantasy world, right? Take care of Ramza. He may be your half-brother, but he is my own flesh.
Zalbag just gets me. Father.
Lower your voice. I'm glad you came. Let me look at you.
Father.
It has been a long time. You've become a fine man. You start at the academy in spring, don't you? Listen, Ramsa. Beowulf has served the royal family for generations. The warrior spirit is in us. Never shame your name. Never tolerate injustice. Living true to your heart is the warrior's way. The Beowulf way.
I understand, Father. Is this me?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's me. I was reading the multiple names. Delita's a good boy. He should serve you well. I've asked the dean to accept him into the academy. It shocks the dean a bit. He will serve you well. Treat him well.
Yes, Father.
Take good care of Alma.
Oh, God.
Become a fine knight, Ramsa.
When Ramza first moved away, it looked like Beowulf
was
just
it.
died with his eyes wide open.
Oh god, yeah, that would
It's
be
really
horrifying.
creepy looking. Okay.
So that's, yeah, we're learning a little bit about Ramsa's family.
Yeah. So he's got shitty brothers. So
Okay, so now before you click on those, you can you can click on the dot you're on to interact with it.
bar.
You've got your bar, your item store, and your unit recruitment office.
Oh, okay. Rumors are floating around.
Robberies are on the rise. Why does he have a voice? Robberies are on the rise in various areas, and Galleon is no exception. Wagon hijackings and abductions are rampant. Now, a group of former criminals and mercenaries called the Death Corps have been making the most trouble for the Hokoten.
Okay.
There is great concern over King Umdolia, who collapsed at Prince Orina's birthday celebration. The Board of Chamberlains reported his fever has subsided, but he'll take 3 weeks to recover. That's a oddly specific number of weeks. It will be several months before he can make any public appearances. But since most public policy is made by Queen Ruvelia, no turmoil is expected.
Okay.
A war that caused terror for nearly 50 years between Ivilis and Ordalia, known as the 50-Year War. The war was ignited when King Diwanu died without naming a successor. The throne was succeeded by Diwanu's brother, Valoa, but Denamunda of Ivilis declared war. This was only an excuse. The real reason was because of Zelamonia, a territory of Ivilis running along the Ordalian border. It was once independent. Independent. But was annexed over a century ago, after an invasion. Ivilis supported Ordalia, but the result was failure. Unrest among the nobles and in the cities of Zelamonia, along with Ordalia's rule, led them to seek intervention from Ivilis. With victories in the early battles, Ivilis' army marched on the capital of Bura. But King Denamunda fell ill and was never to return to his kingdom. The confusion gave the Ordalian army an opportunity, as Valoa was successful in holding off Ivilis' army. Approximately 2 years stalemate was broken by the Romandan army's invasion. Romanda is a military state separated from Ivilis by Larner Channel. Under King Valoa's orders, a blood relative. Under King Valoa's orders, a blood relative, they marched on Ivilis. But Denamunda, who succeeded King Denamunda, was a brave warrior against both the Romanda and Ordalian armies. An outbreak of bubonic plague in Romanda forced them to... That's the longest fucking rumor. In Romanda forced them to retreat in 3 years.
This is
going. It forced them to retreat in 3 years.
Yeah, I know.
The two squads most effective in the war were the Hokoten. We're getting back into the... This is relevant.
Okay.
The two squads most effective in the war were the Hokoten, led by Balbanes, and the Nanten, led by T.G. Sid, Thunder God Sid. They scored many victories as they marched on Ordalia, but the Long War was disastrous for both administrations. Farmers' revolts and riots broke out in many areas as both kingdoms focused their war efforts within their borders. This made another stalemate broken only by the death of King Denamunda, widely believed to be assassinated. His successor, Omdolia, was not fit to lead the kingdom, and left all matters of state to the elder statesman and the queen. Therefore, there was no power to drive the troops of Prince Leonard, Valois' successor, out. After allowing the invasion of Zeltenia, battles that both the Hokotan and Nanten fought in, Ivalis hoped for peace. Realizing the war was useless, both kingdoms agreed on peace, focusing their efforts within their respective borders. Although the agreement was bilateral, Ivalis surrendered. Soon after, Ivalis' economy was on the brink of bankruptcy because of severe war reparations. Payments could not be made to returning soldiers, and large groups of knights were discharged. As a result, high unemployment, uncertainty, and distrust filled Ivalis. Got to use my radio announcer voice.
What was any of that?
Okay.
There are so many names.
Okay, so here, I think I can parse most of that for you.
Okay.
I think the background to all of this is that there were two kingdoms, Ivalis and the other one. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah. Something that ends in an A sound, because that's literally every name in this game, apparently.
I'm a little... Someone else can probably help us parse this, but I think the gist of it is that there were two kingdoms at war. There was a third one that was involved somehow. I think part of the dispute was almost like a Israel-Palestine thing, where there was a strip of land between them that had been annexed by the other that belonged to the other one, or something along those lines.
Okay.
And they were fighting over that. The Hokotan, which you're part of, and the Nanten, I think, were both on the Ivalis side of the war.
Mm-hmm.
But as a result of, even though I guess the agreement was a bilateral one to end the war, Ivalis technically surrendered, which meant they had to pay enormous sums in what do you call them?
War reparations.
Yeah. Which left, veterans bankrupt, the country bankrupt. The part that I don't actually understand is there's the two. There's the hold on. There's the two. God damn this story.
It's so confusing. Oh wait, no.
I just like the idea that you go into the bar and you're like, hey, what's the latest rumors? Entire history of the 50-year war that you would be aware of by virtue of living in this.
It's the rumor that's going around.
That was an oddly specific rumor.
I've heard one rumor. It's this book that I read here. I'm going to recite it verbatim. What? So everyone has this. Great. Everyone has this.
Okay, Ryan.
Yes.
I think I got some help for us here.
Okay.
Story. This is the Wikipedia article to set the stage, which I think that just did. The story takes place in the kingdom of Ivalis, located in a peninsula surrounded by the sea on the north, west, and south, and a headland south of the landmass. Ivalis is the kingdom of 7 territories. So some of those that we heard, like Zeltenia, Fulvaham, Galleon, Limbury, Lionel, and others, are the divisions of Ivalis. Ivalis' neighbors are the kingdom of Ordalia. That's the one they were fighting against.
Uh-huh.
And Romanda was the military nation that was kind of a third party. The 3 nations share common royal bloodlines. They have a common church.
There's quit fitting and fitting over, and I don't know what the difference is. Quit? No?
It's supposed to be quick fitting?
I have no idea. Do you think quick question. Do you think I should buy broadswords for everyone that can use them? Because they're 1 point better than daggers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I think this might help.
Okay.
The story takes place after Ivalis ended its war with the 2 nations in what is known as the 50 Years' War, and is facing economic problems and political strife. Adding to its problems is the recent death of the king, whose heir is only an infant. A regent is needed to rule in place of the prince, and the kingdom is split between Prince Koltana, represented by the Black Lion, and Prince Larg, symbolized by the White Lion, hence War of the Lions. The conflict leads to what is known in the game as the Lion War.
Okay. Oh, what? Why? What? Wait, what? No. What? Okay, the question here, nothing more to try on, and my options are quit or no. What do you mean?
Do you want to quit or no?
I don't Oh boy.
Oh, is the question?
Quit. Leave this fucking hellhole. All right. So this is recruit. I don't want to recruit yet. Actually, let me. Where's my? Here. Can I make people wear stuff? Maybe. No. What? So I bought 2 broadswords. I don't know how to equip them. So that's confusing.
I think you have to hit a menu. You hit try.
So
No, you're in formation. I'm pretty
so
sure
it
that's
is
the right place to
formation.
go. Item.
Item.
There you go.
Oh. That's,
Yes.
oh, I had a mithril knife this whole time.
Well, you can give that to somebody else. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's good.
Alright, so Ronza gets a mithril knife. You keep the same.
I'm gonna go crazy if I don't understand the background here.
It seems very convoluted.
I think all we need to know is that there's a war for the crown.
No
and I'm
wonder-
just not sure which king is.
No
the one
wonder
that
this
died.
is the first game that has a codex type thing, because
True.
there's a lot. There's a lot happening. Okay, I did it.
Okay, Italis is a medieval kingdom that is suffering the after effects of the 50 Years' War. It's divided along class lines. Great noble families, such as House Beouv, rule over masses of peasants, lords ruling over provinces as their personal fiefs, while the monarchy is weakened by intrigue. It says the real power is the church, and they have temple knights. Oh, okay, here we go. 2 independent armies, the Order of the Northern Sky, that's the Hokutan, I believe, led by Prince Larg, brother of Queen Luveria, and the Order of the Southern Sky, led by Duke Goltana, our rival forces. They fight for control of the monarchy, hoping to take control of King Andoria's child successor, to use as a puppet to rule Ivalice. But the king has 2 sisters, one of whom was Princess Ovelia, the girl that was kidnapped in the opening of the...
What is battle skill? How do I understand anything?
Oh, I can help here.
What?
Okay,
Oh,
so...
so I need gain JP up. That's the one I need. Can I just buy this?
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
Okay. Boom. I did it.
And so you can equip, if you go back to your menu, you can equip 5 skills at a time. And there's 4 different types.
Boom. Okay. So now Ronza gets more JP. People said that was important.
It's super important. Yeah, it makes the rest of the game so much easier.
But there's different types of abilities, so it's not like I can just stick item use in here, right?
Right. The top 2 are like things you can
Active.
use in battle, like menu commands
Yeah.
usually.
Mhm.
The one below that I think is like a response.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the circle
This looks
means.
like a passive, and then this is obviously footwear
Movement.
skill. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so
Levels up the kinds of shoes you can use.
what is battle skill?
Oh, that's a special name, I believe, for what you have as a squire as Ramza. If you go hit R1, I think it's... Wait, go back.
Battle skill and basic.
Can you go in and look at them?
I don't know how.
Oh, yeah. No, go to set.
Alright, so if I do ability and I set, I mean, I just pick which one is going to be in the slot. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
But
I think you have to go to a different screen.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Alright,
Oh,
so,
no, it's still in formation. There's just a separate one. Sorry. I think
so I was in this menu.
you still want to go to ability.
Okay.
Learn. Go to learn.
And learn is how
There
to
we go.
spend JP to get more.
Go to squire. It still doesn't fucking tell you, does it?
I sure don't. Alright, so I have this one learned, so what if I press... No, what if I press button 1?
You can hit select, I think.
Oh! Thank you. Okay.
You can probably use it on the prior menu as well.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try. You're right. Break skill used to destroy equipment and parameters. Okay.
Oh, wait. That's battle skill is the knight skill. Guts is his version of basic skill, which is the squire ability.
So I guess he already spent some time as a knight at some point?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay. Well, people said get JP up and then you can swap around jobs. So
Yeah,
we already
I
have
think
JP
that's
up,
very- that's
so
a very
I think,
good idea.
I think I'm going to change him to something else.
I think the general idea too is that you send your chemists along the magic path and your squires along archer and knight, though you don't always have to do that.
Well, I'm going to make my boy Ramza knight, I think. I think that ooh, hello.
Unfortunately for Ramza, you don't get the change because Ramza always has a static sprite.
Oh, that feels bad.
But you
Okay.
can. Does any of your other friends have JP up yet? They have enough JP.
So let's start with that. Let's try to figure out. Can anyone? So this guy does not have enough JP.
And you should just be able to.
Yeah.
Move +1 is also good.
Move +1. Oh, I see. So what do you do? Oh, yeah, you do what it says on the tin. I got it. Makes sense. So yeah, it's like these guys need to kind of spend a little bit more time as squires so that they can get enough squire juice to buy JP up, I think.
Yeah, they need more.
Now, chemists, do they also get it? No.
It might not actually be a bad idea to switch your chemists over to
Squires?
Squire, because I think they already have the chemist ability, so you can set item as their secondary skill. I think.
I'm just checking.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
No one has the points. Okay.
Can you make your chemist, one of your chemists, into a squire?
I'd probably just do
Who
it
are
to
we
both.
using? We were using Emily, right?
I don't remember.
We were using Emily, I think.
Not Sullivan?
No, fuck Sullivan.
Okay. Gladly. Well, that animation is cool when they're actually changing their sprite.
It's cool, yeah. I love it.
Alright, so Emily can be squire.
Now go to ability.
Okay.
Now go to her set her second lightning bolt basic there. Now you can pick items. So now she can still fulfill the chemist role for you.
Got it. Now,
I think at this point it's kind of like here's the other thing.
I'm going to change Sullivan too. Everyone needs JP up. I think it's mandatory.
Well, the thing is, you're
I'm
only going to
the
be able to
boss.
take so many of them with you at once, which is why we only brought Emily less.
There's limited by jobs?
No, there's
Oh.
limited to how many people you can bring into a given
I see,
battle
I
at
see.
once. And you don't have to do it this way, but I never really played where I was like cycling people around because it just adds so much extra. I never let anybody die either, so I never lose them. I would have a core group that I would just use and level
I'll
up.
just make my chemist again.
It was just easier for me to recognize who was who.
Who else was I not using? I don't
Go to the main page and then we'll look through them. Because I'm pretty sure...
I mean, you could probably tell by how much JP they have, right?
Oh, yeah, probably. Or their
Like-
level.
Did we use Ivana?
I don't remember.
Or by their level, I see. Yeah, so, like, how many people did we have? We had Ramza, we had Beck, we had Merlin, we had
We didn't
Nina.
take Sullivan. I think we brought Emily.
Yeah, because she has 96 experience. And I think we brought Ivana as well. So, not Sullivan.
I think that's all we had, actually.
Okay. I don't remember how many people you get to bring.
Well, we'll see it on the next one. And we can decide from there.
Why is Delita 17? Why is he number 17?
I don't know. I think you said as a separate character, so it must have its own internal logic.
Or like I7? I don't know. Okay.
What I was going to say, though, go over to anybody and go to...
What?
Yeah, that's good. What I was actually going to say, go to learn. And now, in order to like figure out like, hey, which class do I want to send them to, you can go look and see what their abilities are. So you can kind of get a sense of, hey, do I want to spend more time in Squire to get move up and counter tackle, or do I need some of these breaks? And you can. So then basically, just like in a lot of other Final Fantasies,
Oh.
certain jobs can only equip certain weapons.
Yeah.
So you can give equip sword to like a summoner or something.
They take up their passive slot.
It would.
Which is like never going to happen. JP up for life, hello?
It's sometimes especially useful, I think, for like things like ninjas and stuff. Am I remembering? The archer's whole ability is that they charge up and deal more damage, which I never found extraordinarily useful. Jump +1 is dope.
Oh yeah, that does seem sweet. Let's get around the battlefield.
Wait, what's their reaction move? No, not that one.
Oh. Speed save. Oh, so when you take HP damage, it raises your speed. That actually seems sick.
That
Because
is
people are
pretty
saying
good.
that speed is like one of the best stats in the game.
It is a lot of JP, but
That's true. 800 is a schlud.
okay. So it gives you. It seems like you can dodge.
Dodge arrows, basically.
Yeah.
Oops.
So if you go to like Knight now and look at the others, so their whole thing, Weapon Guard, I think is the same thing. Gives you, what's their counter? Oh, equips or passive. I meant sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just the equips, no
No
movement,
move.
and
Okay,
then just
and
breaks.
and the rest are breaks. Which again, other people, I don't know. Sometimes they can be useful. I think you can certainly get your shit broke by Knights I think most of them are equipment, and then the other ones start hitting stats.
Speed break seems pretty sick. You're functionally slowing them with attacks. So that they get to take less turns.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Then the last one, what else was the other one? That's all we... Oh, no, that's it right now.
We didn't really look at chemists.
Yeah.
Like, you have to learn each... What? You have to learn each item?
You do.
That's insane. What?
Auto potion's pretty neat.
Yeah. Let's see. Maintenance. Oh, okay. Nice.
Wait, maintenance makes you immune to broken items?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick. I think the other thing is that equip change is the only...
Equipped with 1P. This whole game needed a hardcore editing pass.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen so many spelling mistakes. It's insane. Yeah, that was mentioned in the thread as something that's basically useless except for like 1 point late in the game.
Well,
so.
the other thing I wanted to point out, though, is that the current ability, equip change, is the only way that you can change equipment in the middle of a battle.
How important is that?
I don't know.
Like, I don't have anything else to switch around right now.
Right. God, my ticks are horrible. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I don't feel the need to do anything but make people squires and get JP up. Now, our boy Ramza, I switched him to a knight because he already had JP up, and so what we're trying to get from knight right now.
The only thing that I might get for him is move +1 while you have the opportunity to get a move skill. Because that's not that expensive.
So
for
maybe keep him as squire. I could just could I just learn it? No, I need
like one battle or something, or a couple would get you that.
I'll switch him back.
Then move him over, I think.
Change job.
And again, as other people have said, you don't have to spend a lot of time in those if you don't want to. I'm gonna semi-spoiler for you. I actually don't remember what comes after Knight. It's probably something really obvious. But
Super note.
with Chemist, it's White and Black Mage, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you might actually want to have... get them all JP, but then you might want to switch to 2 Chemists, 2 Fighters, or something like that.
So, level 1 experience I get... Oh, Brave and Faith. I was like, what's Burfa? Right,
Burfa?
Yeah. BRFA.
Perfect these Nords.
Excuse me? Please no slurs on this show. Thank you. Alright,
In the still of the Nord.
what am I doing here?
Okay, you're canceling out of all these menus.
Okay.
And now you can move anywhere you want.
I'm gonna go to Pastelberry over here. Whatever this is.
Pastelberry.
Or
Okay.
Tapatia right here.
So what you'll notice that has happened is that when you clicked on the top circle last time, don't do it yet, it didn't actually move you there. It triggered a cutscene first. So you're not there, you're still at the bar and wherever the hell you are.
Sure.
Garland Magic City. So now you have to go to the castle, but first you have to cross through Mandalia Plains.
Alright. So is there a battle every time I go somewhere?
Not always, no.
Okay.
Usually the first time.